also alleged to have failed to renew contracts of 31 chief officers. Instead, the governor directed that the chief officers handed over to the county executive committee members, significantly affecting the continuity of service delivery in the county assembly. And finally, the appointment of 2 deputy county secretaries. These are the positions not known in law and are not in the county staff establishment. The other charge, the last charge, that the governor and his defense team, as well as the witnesses, will be seeking to have the Senate not find the charge holding water, is charge number 3 on gross misconduct, where the governor is accused of making disrespectful, sexist and demeaning statements against Senator Fatuma Dulo. This is the governor. This is the senator for Isiolo County. These disrespectful and demeaning remarks were made publicly, and that are not only meant to denigrate and degrade her as a woman leader, and thus violating the right to her dignity. According to the county assembly, the governor for Isiolo did not demonstrate in his utterances the respect for the people and public officers, as well as bring dignity and maintain public confidence in the office that he holds, breaching public trust by making divisive and derogatory and discriminatory remarks against other clans residing in Isiolo County, and thus undermining the public confidence in the integrity of his office, as well as sowing the seeds of discord in the community. The governor, under the charge on gross misconduct, is also being accused of continually being absent from the county and running its affairs remotely from Nairobi, and thus stalling a service delivery. These charges will be read before the governor this morning when the House commences this hearing, where the governor will be asked to plead whether guilty or not guilty on the 3 grounds. And if he pleads not guilty, the House will proceed to hear the matter facing the governor for Isiolo County before voting on each and every charge on the 10th day of July. In the program for this impeachment, the Senate commences this hearing and determination proceedings by conducting a pre-hearing meeting for senators. This is a closed session where senators will be briefed on the rules of engagement. We'll be having the preliminaries where the recital of the mandate of the Senate, the rules of procedure, and the hearing program will be stipulated. We'll be having the introduction of members of the County Assembly of Isiolo representing the County Assembly and their councils. The County Assembly of Isiolo has lined up over 8 advocates to defend their case before the House, seeking to have the Senate uphold the impeachment. The introduction of the governor for Isiolo and the council representing the governor will be following after the introduction of the County Assembly. By around 11:30 a.m. this morning, we'll be having the reading of the charges facing the governor. And members of the Senate will be allowed to have preliminary questions or raise issues of concern before the House delves into these proceedings officially. After that, we'll be having the opening statements on behalf of the County Assembly, which will be 30 minutes. This will be done by the council representing the County Assembly, with that time allocated 30 minutes. The council will be seeking to convince senators that their case indeed holds water The council representing the governor for Isiolo County will also be given 30 minutes to make a case for themselves this morning. Then after that, the House will begin the consideration of evidence by the County Assembly. This is evidence of witnesses, if any, cross-examination and re-examination. This has been allocated a total of 5 hours. The County Assembly has a maximum of 3 hours for evidence by witnesses and re-examination, if any, so they have to plan themselves within the 3 hours, and the team of the governor given 2 hours for cross-examination. The sitting for today is scheduled to end at about 6:30 p.m., being the adjournment of the House. But remember, dear viewers, from time to time, from the other impeachments that the Senate has handled, the Speaker is at liberty to extend that particular period by the powers given to him in the House standing orders. The House is awaiting to raise quorum to commence the hearing and investigations into matters impeachment facing the Isiolo governor, Governor Ibrahim Hassan, the governor for Isiolo County. On your screens, you can see the conversation between the clerk of the Senate, Clerk Jeremiah Nyegenye, and a senior clerk, Clerk Mohammed, deliberating with the Speaker of the Senate before the commencement of the business of the Senate this morning. Remember, this sitting is taking place after the Speaker of the House, via a gazette notice on the 1st day of July, appointed the 8th day of July 2025, and Wednesday the 9th of July and the Thursday the 10th of July as the dates for the hearing and the determination of the matter. The clerk of the Senate already invited the County Assembly to appear before the Senate and be represented before the Senate during its investigations, and was served by the advocates of the County Assembly on the 1st day of July. The invitation required the County Assembly to file with the Office of the Clerk of the Senate by 5 p.m. on the 4th day of July, a soft copy of 80 hard copies being documentation of the evidence that they'll be relying on in the matter facing the governor for Isiolo County. Well, we continue to await that pertinent quorum by senators this morning. Already that number is being marshaled within the presence of Parliament for senators to make their way into the chambers this morning. In the invitation by the clerk of the Senate to the County Assembly, who are required to appear before the Senate, the County Assembly is required to designate members of the Assembly, being not more than 3, if any, who shall attend and represent the County Assembly in the proceedings before the Senate. The clerk also indicated the mode of appearance before the Senate, whether the county assemblies will be appearing in person by an advocate or in person and by an advocate. This is a situation where we have MCAs accompanied by their advocates, which has been a replica in many impeachment cases that the Senate has held in the past. Remember, this is not the first impeachment that the House is considering after the 2022 elections. The Senate has previously had and determined the impeachment case facing the governor for Meru County and the governor for Kericho. Where in the case for Kericho governor, among the issues that the House had to determine is whether a person may be counted as half or full, bearing in mind the county had presented a number with a 0.5, and that was a contentious matter before the House. But allow me to take you back before the matter before us today, which is the matter pertaining the impeachment for the governor for Isiolo, where the House, this being the County Assembly, is also required to indicate the names and addresses of persons to be called as witnesses, if any, witness statements containing a summary of the evidence to be presented by such witnesses before the Senate. Allow me to hand you over. My name is Gladys.
Clerk, you may proceed to call the first order.
Order number 1, communication from the chair.
Honorable Senators, I have a communication to make relating to the business of the Senate schedule for consideration during this solemn sitting. You will recall that at the special sitting of the Senate, held on Monday, 30th of June 2025, I appointed today, Tuesday the 8th of July, Wednesday the 9th of July, and Thursday the 10th of July 2025 as the days when the Senate will hear the charges for the proposed mover from office by impeachment of Honorable Abdi Ibrahim Hassan, the Governor of Isiolo County. Via Gazette Notice number 8732 dated 1st of July 2025, I notified the general public that pursuant to Standing Order 81B2 of the Senate Standing Orders, the Senate shall investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Abdi Ibrahim Hassan, the Governor of Isiolo County, in plenary. Consequently, a hearing program has been prepared and is appended to the order paper for today. Honorable Senators, in accordance with the schedule of activities for an impeachment hearing in plenary, the Senate will hold a closed-door preparatory session to deliberate on the management of the investigation. The objective of the preparatory session is to ensure that the process is conducted seamlessly, concluded timely, and in line with the requirements set out under the Constitution and the Senate standing orders. Honorable Senators, during the pre-hearing, the parties, if they are present, all members of public and the media will be expected to withdraw from the chamber, and the galleries and any form of broadcasting from the chamber shall cease. Consequently, I now direct the parties, if they are present, members of the public and the media, to withdraw from the chamber and the galleries, and that any form of broadcast from the chamber to cease forthwith. In accordance with the hearing program for an impeachment hearing in plenary, the open session will commence at 10 a.m. I thank you, Honorable Senators.